What up, Mutant Fam? It is Friday, which means it is last drive-in day. So we thought we would shoot you a real quick recipe in case you want to make it this evening. We're sending it to you early enough so you can go to the store and get some groceries for it or have them delivered, however you want to handle that. So we're going to be doing a 4-ingredient pizza dough. Now this is something we did on our very first episode of Quarantine Theater, which is now Wolf Den Theater. And it's really popular, people love it. It's really popular in the weight loss communities because if you have ever been thrown off a healthy eating plan, it's probably because you have crossed paths with a pizza. So this recipe takes a lot of the calories off of it, namely, of course, in the crust. So the recipe is 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of non-fat Greek yogurt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. Now, if you look this up online, you're probably going to find it under 2-ingredient pizza dough. And the reason why it's called that is because a lot of people are making it using self-rising flour, which is just flour that already has the baking powder infused in it. So we're making our own because a lot of people don't have that on hand. And that is an easy thing to make, which is just basically the 1 cup of flour to 1 teaspoon of baking powder and the salt. So we're going to be doing a pesto pizza, no cheese other than some feta cheese. So we're going to be using pesto, Kalamata olives, artichokes, sun-dried tomatoes, and feta. And again, this is going to take a lot of the calories off. I mean, if you've ever wanted a pizza, you know, and you're thinking about you have to order it, you got to pay for the delivery, you got to tip the driver, or if you want to make pizza, like, well, you got to start it early enough because you want the dough to rise on time. This does not have to rise. This literally comes together in a matter of minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix our dough ingredients together, and then we're going to stick it in the oven for about 1 minute to 2 minutes to get some of the moisture off the surface, and you'll notice that as we're making it. And then we'll pull it out, put the ingredients on, throw it back in for about 12 or 15 minutes. Done. You have pizza in less than 30 minutes. Okay, and half the calories. So let's get going on this. We're going to put this on parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, that is fine. You can use a cookie sheet. You can use a cast iron skillet. A cast iron skillet is actually really, really good for this. So we're going to flatten it out on here. We're going to use some wax paper, some oil on it so it doesn't stick. Start making it into a pizza. And as you can tell, it looks a little wet, so we're going to bake that moisture off. 2 minutes. And you can see I have a pizza stone in here. You don't have to have a pizza stone. Again, you can use a cookie sheet. It's better if you do, because that's always going to make great pizza no matter the kind of dough you're making, but you can do it on a cookie sheet. All right, so this has been in there for about 2 minutes, and you can see that wetness, that shininess is off the top now. So it's not going to be so gooey. The texture of this is going to be very different than a normal pizza, but it's not off-putting at all. But we want to get that wetness off before we put our ingredients on, and now we're ready to do that. So we're just going to use a standard pesto. You can make your own pesto. You can make a spinach pesto. If you eat kale and you are not using the stems because the stems are very dense and sometimes they're a little off-putting if you're eating kale, save those stems and you can make a kale stem pesto. there you have it. 4-ingredient pizza dough, a nice healthy pizza made within 30 minutes, maybe a little less, fraction of the calories. And you know what? We were totally in control of our ingredients. When you order pizza commercially or buy it from a store, there's gonna be a lot of empty calories built into those. This was very simple. We did it ourselves. We were in control of everything that went in here. Didn't have to pay a delivery fee, didn't have to pay a sales tax, didn't have to pay a delivery tax, didn't have to pay a delivery fee, didn't have to pay a city delivery tax. None of that. Quick, easy, love it. Hey, see you at the drive-in.